Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is 5.5 HW1, factoring out like terms. And we got 9x squared plus 81x. So now, our goal is to factor. This is problem number 1 here. Our goal is to factor out as much as we can from these two terms here. We have 9x squared, that's one term, and then plus 81x is the second term here. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring out the greatest common factor of 9 and 81, which is 9 in this problem. And we're also going to bring out the greatest common factor of x squared and x. Now that's the lowest powered term, or the highest powered term that could go into both terms there. The highest powered variable that goes into both terms, pardon me. So in this case, x to the 1 and x to the 2, well, you can pull out an x from both of them. 9x squared is really 9 times x, and 81 is just times the 1x. So I can pull out an x from each one of them. So 9x squared, you have 1x left over because there's 2, plus 81 divided by 9 gets us 9, and that 1x got pulled out, so there's no other x's there. So what we have is 9x times x plus 9. Next up, we'll do problem number 3. Alrighty, well here's problem number 3. We got 30x squared plus 24x. The greatest common factor between 30 and 24 is, well, it's not 6. Oh, pardon me, it is 6. Because 6 can go into both 30 and 24. So we pull out a 6. X squared and x. Well, this guy has 2 x's, this guy has 1, so we could take out 1 from each. So 30 divided by 6 gets us 5. X squared, well, 2 x's, take out 1, you still have 1 left over. 24 divided by 6 gets you 4. And we pulled out that x. So there's no x's that go with the 4. So you have 6x times 5x plus 4. That's problem number 3. Alrighty, problem number 5 is a little bit different here. Notice here that we have 3 terms now instead of just 2. Our 3 terms are positive 15x squared, positive 25x, and positive 35. These are the 3 terms. Now, when we factor, we have to consider all 3 terms here. And we're factoring out from that entire thing. So what number was the greatest common factor of 15, 25, and 35? Well, the greatest common factor of all 3 of those numbers is 5. This one has an x squared, this one has an x, this one does not have an x, so we can't take out an x from each one of them, so we have to leave them all in there. Well, 15 divided by 5 gets you 3, so it'll be 3x squared. Remember, we didn't take any x's out, that's why we're leaving it as x squared. 25 divided by 5 gets us 5. We gotta leave the x there, because we didn't take any x out. 35 divided by 5 gets us 7. So we have 5 times 3x squared plus 5x plus 7. That will be our answer for problem number 5. Next up is problem number 7. Alrighty, here's problem number 7. We have negative 2x squared plus 12x plus 42. Now we have to do the greatest common factor. It says greatest common factor of 2, 12, and 42. The greatest common factor is 2. So we pull out a 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 gets us negative 1x squared. 12 divided by 2 gets us 6. Carry down the x. And 42 divided by 2 gets us 21. Notice we did pull out an x because not all 3 terms have an x. So that's our answer for problem number 7. Next up, problem number 9. Alrighty, here's problem number 9. We have 26x to the 5th minus 24x to the 4th plus 26x to the 3rd. So you look at all 3 terms, look at all 3 of these numbers here. We have 26, 24, and 26. By looking at that, I know our greatest common factor is 2. That's the biggest number that can go into 26, 24, and 26. We have x to the fifth, x to the fourth, x to the third. Well, now this is a little bit different. This 26 has 5 x's. This negative 24 has 4 x's. This 26 has 3 x's. So we could actually pull out a whole lot of x's. Each one of them has at least 3 x's in them. So we could pull out 3 x's for each one of them. 26 divided by 2 gets us 13. X to the fifth minus x to the third gets us x squared. Negative 24 divided by 2 gets you negative 12. 4 minus 3 gets you 1x. And then 26 divided by 2 gets you 13. X to the third minus x to the third gets you no x's there. So that's our answer. 2x to the third times the parentheses 13x squared minus 12x plus 13. That's the rest of your job to finish off the rest of the problems on this Google form, in addition to typing in the answers that you saw in here in the video. Make sure you fully understand it. However, if you still don't really understand it, make sure you watch the video a couple more times. You could also ask questions during class. And what best yet, come to Extra Help. I'll be happy to help you out. Alrighty, have a good night.